They say blood never truly dries. And when lives are taken in rage, their screams remain trapped in the walls forever. Tonight's story is about a place in the U.S. where history refuses to die. In the heart of Savannah, Georgia, stands the Franklin Mansion. Today, it looks like a grand heritage hotel with shining chandeliers, marble halls, and luxurious rooms. But behind the beauty lies a dark secret. The year was 1863. America was burning in the flames of the Civil War. The Franklin Mansion was then home to Colonel Richard Burton, a strict Union officer known for humiliating Confederate sympathizers and even mistreating locals. People feared him, but they hated him even more. On a stormy July night, Confederate raiders surrounded the mansion. Inside, Colonel Burton was with his 2 young sons and a few servants. For hours, gunfire echoed through the night. Then, the raiders broke in. It's said Colonel Burton and his sons tried to hide in an upstairs room, but the raiders dragged them out. Right on the grand staircase, Richard Burton and his boys were executed mercilessly. Their bodies lay in the mansion for days, filling the house with grief and horror. From that night, the Franklin Mansion was never just a house again. It became a tomb of restless spirits. From mansion to hotel, after the war, the Franklin family rebuilt it into a hotel. From the outside, its stunning, towering walls, royal decor, glowing chandeliers. But once the sun sets, guests whisper that the past awakens. Some hear heavy boots pacing the halls. Others see the shadow of a tall man in a Union officer's uniform standing on the staircase. One tourist swore that at midnight, she heard a cold whisper in her ear, "Get out of my house." The night guard's terrifying encounter. But the most chilling story comes from a security guard named Michael Harris, who worked night shifts at the mansion for nearly a decade. Michael remembers his first warning from the staff: never walk the staircase after midnight. And if you ever see the colonel, salute, and walk away. He laughed it off. Until one terrifying night, Michael was patrolling near the main gate when he heard the sound of boots, thump, 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 coming from the grand staircase. He shined his flashlight and froze. There he was. A pale man in a faded Union officer's uniform, pacing slowly, his boots echoing in the silence. His eyes locked on Michael. And then, a chilling command filled the hall: march. Left. Right. Left. Michael's legs trembled. He ran, but the voice followed him through every corridor: guard the mansion. Guard the mansion. Suddenly, lights flickered. The grand chandelier shook violently. Doors slammed shut one by one, as if the house itself was alive. Michael turned back, and there stood Colonel Burton, with 2 small shadowy boys beside him, their eyes glowing in the darkness. The final encounter. Years later, before quitting the job, Michael had one last vision. This time, Burton wasn't furious. He stood silently at the staircase, looking almost sorrowful. He whispered, "I only want to be with my children. Why can't they let us rest?" Then, just like smoke, the colonel faded into the air. The legend lives on. To this day, guests claim to hear footsteps in empty hallways. Some say a cold hand touches their shoulder at night. A traveler from New York swore she saw a soldier sitting at the edge of her bed before vanishing. The staff believes Colonel Richard Burton's spirit is still guarding his mansion, disciplining intruders, protecting his children's memory, and reliving the night of his death. So, friends, this was the chilling story of the Franklin Mansion, where walls don't just hold bricks, but screams of the past. Do you think Colonel Burton is only protecting his children, or is his soul forever trapped in the house? If this story gave you chills, hit the like button, share it, and don't forget to subscribe to Horror Lnnszns for more true American